Hi, my name is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad to have you here with me today. And in today's video, I'm going to be testing out a new eyeshadow palette, and a very exciting one, if you ask me. So when I purchased the Pat McGrath and Bridgerton collection, I purchased another Mothership palette. If you watched that collection video, you would have heard me talking about how Midnight Sun was on sale for $75. And guys, I couldn't pass it up. So I picked up a Midnight Sun, and today we are gonna sit down and play with it. We're gonna do some swatches, and then we're gonna sit down and create a look. So if that sounds good to you, then just keep on watching. Now, to start things off, I'm going to show you guys the unit carton that it came in. I'm sure you've already seen it, but this is the outside packaging for this Mothership palette. I love the detail. I love the crown. I love the bees here. It's just so perfect. And then here is the back if you want to look at it for any reason whatsoever. And like I said, I picked this up on sale for $75. I have no idea why it was on sale for that cheap, but it had been on sale like that for a while. So I don't know if she's planning on discontinuing any of her Mothership palettes, but keep your eyes out. Maybe something to think about. Also, and something that nobody is talking about is how the Pat McGrath and Bridgerton collection is now at Sephora. Everybody raced to her website and was stressing about a restock just for her to release the blush trio and eyeshadow palette at Sephora. Like, I didn't see the Sublime Skin Fetishes, the single highlighters weren't listed, but the highlight and two blushes in the palette, and then the eyeshadow palette, the Diamond of the First Water, is listed on Sephora as coming soon. So maybe it's not as limited as everybody was making it seem like. But let's go ahead and get into things. I'm going to go ahead and show you the palette. If you haven't seen her before, this is what she looks like. Such beautiful shades. We have some more neutral tones, and then we have some pops of color with that green and that purpley blue. It's so pretty. So now let's go ahead and move on into some swatching. I went ahead and did some swatches of the Pat McGrath Midnight Sun eyeshadow palette for you guys. And let's go ahead and go through these swatches. First off, we have Skin Show Moon Glow, Bronze Eclipse, Vermilion Venom, Extreme Dusk, Taboo, Wicked Envy. Then we have Blood Moon 005, followed by Jubilee, then Blitz Violet Orchid, and finally Astral Solstice. What do you guys think about these swatches from Midnight Sun? Do you guys have this? Are you guys still wanting it? How do you feel it swatched? I feel it swatched phenomenally, just as any other Pat McGrath palette has for me. Okay, now that we're done with all of our swatching, I hope you guys enjoyed the swatches that I showed you and you were able to get something from that. And now moving right along, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on these eyes. I have a rougher 16, and the first shade that I'm gonna be dipping into is this one right here. It's called Taboo. I'm picking that up on my brush, and I'm going to start laying it down right here in my outer corner in an upwards motion, and then bring it inwards, back and forth motions into my crease. Now, I did prime my eyes with my MAC Lang Low Paint Pot, if you are curious. It is one of my staple eyeshadow primers in my collection. I really do love it. I feel like she never lets me down. She's a good old faithful. Now that I have that side blended out, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on my other eye. Next, I'm grabbing a rougher number 1, And I'm gonna dip into this shade right here, this red shade called Vermilion Venom. So if you guys are not regulars here, you know that reds are kind of scary for me. So I wanna jump out of my comfort zone with you guys today. I'm gonna take this shadow on my brush and I'm just gonna start packing it down on my outer corner. I'm gonna flip my brush over and then I start blending it a little bit on the edges. Okay, that shade was not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I was terrified, but that actually is not as red. It turned out to be much more of a brown when mixed with that shade Taboo underneath. I quite like it. It's turning out very nice so far. I'm just continuing to blend things a little bit more, and I'm bringing that color onto my lid just a little bit further. Now I'm gonna go ahead and catch my other eye up to speed. If you guys have not tried these Refer brushes, as somebody who is not affiliated and is not sponsored or anything in any shape or form by them, I 100% recommend these natural hair brushes. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that if you have the extra cash, check these out. They work amazingly with Pat McGrath's formula. And just any formula, but like, these are awesome, guys. Now I'm gonna go back in with that original Refer 16 and I'm gonna dip back into Taboo just a little bit. And I'm gonna use this just to kind of sweep over everything, give it a nice little blend. And then I'm also going to bring that shade right into my inner corner, into like the bridge of my nose right here. Just bring it all the way in. And now next I'm going to take some NYX glitter glue. I don't typically use a glitter glue most of the time. I'm kind of like, why do the extra step? It's mostly laziness. But I'm going to use one today. I've got some, I'm working it on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to tap it on my eyelid where I'm going to be placing down the shimmer shade. For the shade that I'm going to put all over my lid, I'm going to dip into this green right here, Wicked Envy. I'm not going to lie, you guys know I've been on like a major green kick lately. And really, when I was looking, because you know, I was waiting for the Bridgerton collection to launch, okay? I was. And I was just looking, oh, what else can I add to my cart? What else can I pick up at the same time? And the green, guys. Besides the $75 price tag, the green really caught my attention. I'm now going to tap the green down over top of that glitter glue. Oh, it's so very pretty. And then I'm flipping my brush over and I'm using it to kind of feather into those matte shades and blend those edges slightly so they're not so harsh. I'm just finessing it, working the brush with no additional product, just blending those edges just a little bit more. I don't think I want to add a topper shade. I kind of just want to let the green live its life. I'm really feeling the green today, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on my other eye. Okay, let's go ahead and tackle our lower lash line now. I'm gonna grab a Refer 14 and I'm gonna dip into Taboo, and I'm gonna run that all along my lower lash line and tie it in with that outer corner. Now I'm going to take a rougher number 3. It's a small little pencil brush, and I'm going to dip into this shade right here, Extreme Dusk, and I'm going to use that right along my lower lash line, and just so we can get some additional depth and some darkness out here. Just right against that lash line in that outer corner. I'm really kind of fading it and stopping about halfway. Now I'm going to grab my little flat Morphe shader brush. It doesn't have a name, but I'm going to dip into the shade Skin Show Moon Glow, this one right here. I'm going to use that as my inner corner highlight and my brow bone highlight. So I'm just loading up my brush. This shade is super creamy. It's picking up a ton of product, and I'm just going to pile that on top here. I have actually changed my mind. So it'll match, I'm going to go ahead on the other side. I'll show you what I did. I am going to put on some of that first shade, that Skin Show Moon Glow, and drag it up. Then I'm dipping into Jubilee, which is that golden Astral Blitz shade on the end of the palette, and I'm going right on top and blending it in. And then I'm also taking it up right above where that green is, and I'm also going to take Jubilee and put it under my brow, because why not? I feel like it looks very good. This is probably not a look that you guys would wear every day or out, but this is something I would wear. So this is the look before lashes or mascara or eyeliner. I'm gonna go and do those, and I will be right back. Alright guys, so this is the finished final look with mascara and some eyeliner on. I just used my trusty Bold Brown from Maybelline and my Bite Upswing mascara per usual, you know. But what do you guys think of this look? I feel like, it is so grungy, and I'm living for it. This is like my kind of thing. I could wear this every day. And like I said before, I'm totally into green eyeshadow right now. I don't know what it is, but especially like these darker green colors. Like the bright greens, they're cool, but I really am loving these dark olivey, dirty, like even like the greens that are almost bronze and gold. Like I'm just really into green right now. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed sitting down and playing with this lovely Pat McGrath palette. I honestly had a blast with it. I have no complaints about any of these shades. I feel like they all blended perfectly. I haven't noticed anything different in this formulation than my other Mothership palette, the Utopian Dream. They both are they're great. I love the colors in this, and I definitely plan on playing with it some more. So let me know if you guys want to see like a 3 looks to 1 palette with this, or any kind of other video with this palette. I'd be happy to make one. And if you would like me to do some more like wearable looks and stuff that are a little bit more toned down and not as like smoky and grungy as this one, I could totally do that for you guys too. Just let a girl know. But anyway, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me playing with this palette for the first time. It was so much fun. I hope you had a good time, and if you enjoyed this type of video and you want to see some more content like this, consider subscribing. I post a lot of videos, and I post so much beauty content here on my channel. So I think you might like it if you stick around. Also, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up before you leave. It really helps my channel out. And until next time, guys, like I said, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.